Having a business offshore can be isolating work, and it's something the people at Triumph Drilling know all too well. It's a leading provider of offshore tender assist drilling rigs, catering to a niche market mainly in Southeast Asia. Its fleet is the second largest in the industry, and the company currently operates 2 rigs in offshore Malaysia. So sophisticated offshore communications is crucial, not only to support everyday business operations and safety, but to also maintain crew morale.
We had relocated our office from the States over to Singapore, and we wanted to have a local provider available. The 28 days is a long time, and it's important to keep your crews happy. They're important to us, and so we want to be sure to make them as comfortable as possible while they're out here.
Singtel delivers all this and more. With a reliable satellite and terrestrial infrastructure, Singtel's cost-effective, compact and award-winning 1.5-meter antenna on the maritime VSAT C-band service means a 1 megabyte per second dedicated bandwidth for uplink and downlink to facilitate mission-critical communications between rigs and the mainland with no congestion, even as more vessels enter the area. When outside expertise is needed, remote cameras can be deployed to analyze equipment on board and make repairs. Singtel's customized network architecture for the Triumph 110 tender provides for this seamless data exchange between the crew on board and Triumph Drilling headquarters in Singapore, as well as rig charterers Petronas in Malaysia. It spans both satellite and terrestrial networks and provides redundancy, achieving 99.9% uptime and availability. Singtel has their round-the-clock remote diagnostic solution on board this rig to drive cost and operational efficiencies, allowing for network checks and troubleshooting direct from Singtel's Network Operations Center, Sonic, while the crew on board the Triumph Drilling rig can stay focused on their primary responsibilities. Rigs like this are microcosms of small towns with movie theatres, sports facilities, restaurants and offices. Now with higher bandwidth, this rig can enjoy unified, sophisticated communications. So whether it be email, chat, a conference call, or even video conferencing, it can meet the day-to-day real-time communication needs of everyone on board. Safety at sea in the oil industry is paramount these days after recent high-profile disasters, and it's an issue both Triumph Drilling and Singtel take very seriously.
One of the big reasons we chose Singtel was we need a big offshore satellite to provide bandwidth for internet timely, and so far the service has been great. The satellite communications worked very well. Feedback's been pretty good. We've been very satisfied so far.
Improved communication and connectivity is also important for employees. The crew exchange at Singtel keeps everyone on board in touch with friends and family through email, instant messaging, social media, and on the phone. All this is crucial to maintaining morale and retaining experienced staff.
Currently we're at about 14.6% savings from our previous provider. We've got 1 drilling unit with the systems on board. We're adding another one as we speak, and we'll have 1 more added within the next few months.
Sophisticated unified communications like this can only be achieved with sufficient dedicated bandwidth, as shown on this rig, and Singtel has the ecosystem and partners to provide the best service.
Most important with any supplier or vendor that you want to work with, you always want to make sure they listen to you. And number 2, they take an action on that, and Singtel does that very nicely. Singtel is a one-stop shop for pretty much every one of your enterprise IT needs. With Singtel and Unified Square working together, where we can actually carry out a deployment on a rig within 2 to 3 weeks. We're talking about phone system, we're talking about VSAT, and all this that coming together, which is pretty amazing.
With Singtel ICT solutions, businesses are guaranteed superior communications infrastructure to support offshore operations and ensure safety. So you can be king of your world at sea.